Okay, this is the Bull Pup Stock that I build. People have asked me more about the trigger mechanism. Okay, it's installed with hot glue. The bearings are hot glue. The wire I adjust to fit the Ruger. Now here's a standard Ruger. Fits in here. Now close the back. You always set it so that the wire is just right there, almost touching the trigger. When you cock it, the trigger comes forward and touches the wire. Okay. The safety was on. See? Okay. What's the trigger? Of course it's going to screw up now. Alright. Okay. Adjusting the wire if you need to. I take 2 pairs of electrician pliers. I can either bend the end or I can bend the wire over a little bit, and it doesn't take very much movement at all. Not very much. See, it's almost touching. Okay. I test the trigger. I put the Ruger in the stock. Test the trigger again. Make sure that it's coming back. See, this one's a little slow to return sometimes. No, it's not having any problem now. If it's having trouble returning, if the trigger is having trouble returning, if it doesn't want to pull all the way out, I take and clean the glue off this top edge. It's usually all it takes. Clean the glue off the top edge. A little sandpaper. Smooth it down. And I've got just a piece of cloth. It used to be sandpaper, but there's no sand on it anymore. And I use that for buffing it. Make that smooth. And that usually will take care of any trigger problems if it's hanging up a little bit. That's usually all it is, because when this edge runs up against these 2 pieces, it slows it down. See if we can. Okay, again, the wire needs to be in the trigger, just barely touching the trigger. You cock it, the trigger moves forward. It's got to be able to adjust for that. I don't know if you can see that. Watch the direct the trigger pull forward when you cock it. Okay. Okay. Again, assembly of this. The stock comes. You take the top half of the stock off, the side with the trigger. You lay your Ruger in it. Make sure that's closed. The wire's in the trigger. The wire's in the trigger. See, it's away from it there. Close it up. put your screws in, put the clip on the top and the magazine back on. And you're done. People keep asking to see the interior of these, to see what it is that I've done. I cut out for the sight. I've cut out for the magazine to go down. I've smoothed that all down. I've taken the extra out so that the Ruger will fit in here. I smoothed this for a slide for this piece, for the trigger. I installed the trigger up into the thing and hot glued it. Had to drill out this piece to give it more travel, because it's not supposed to travel so far because of this electric switch originally in there. So I give this more travel. Smooth down that edge, make sure that that's not going to hang up. Open this up on the end so that the barrel will lie in there. It has to open it up to 0.63 of an inch for the standards barrel. If you're using the bull barrel, you have to open it up. You have to open it up to 15/16. So, 0.93, which is about just under 15/16. So for the bull barrel, you have to open it up more. Now the 10-inch barrel actually doesn't even reach outside. So hopefully you haven't got a 10-inch barrel, because it won't reach outside. Okay. Oops. Now there's another thing that people run across. If they pull the trigger assembly out accidentally, they have trouble. You have to not lose that spring, but this piece falls off and then this stuff comes out. Put this back on the peg, put the spring back on the trigger, hold it while you put that back into that piece. Now assemble this, and then it goes in here. There's little holes, notches that it fits in, but it goes right there. Again, turn around here, maybe that'll work. Whoops. Just dropped the thing on the floor. There. Okay. Try it again. Okay. Now, you shouldn't move this around too much while it's open, because it'll just flip out. So. Okay. Now you notice I work everything on a towel to keep from scratching things up. Try to keep my tools up out of the way. Getting this clip on sometimes is a pain. I set this piece in place, just barely open, and shove the spring in there. Push it directly on, it'll go on. And then this piece just goes right on. Okay. Did I miss anything? Nope, didn't miss anything. Alright, now when I assemble the thing, I don't put all the screws in.